So
Morning friends, happy Friday. No branded merch today because I'm meeting the Momatron later, although there is an eToro link in my bio if you want to help the channel stay alive. Harry continues to go from strength to strength. One day is in the High Court in the UK, fighting for the right level of protection for him and his family. Funny that Prince Andrew still gets protection. He's not a working royal, but Harry doesn't. Anyway, that's another story. The next day is in Ukraine, continuing the amazing work for Invictus. And this guy, Harry, must literally work most days every year to keep Invictus going. It's a massive international event now, and the drain of keeping that going must be immense. But like his mum Diana, he's still with the people that count. The victims, the innocent victims of war, listening to their stories, showing them that he cares about them and their future. Not about the past. What's your future going to be? How can Invictus help you? Hats off to Harry. I haven't got a hat on, but you know what I mean. It's going to be gloriously sunny in the UK. It's nearly the weekend. I've also got a gig tonight, which is going to be brilliant. Have a great day. As ever, comments are open. Let me know what you think.
Where the Disney princesses are pretty dolls, and you have these superhero girls that are like kick-ass superheroes in high school and stuff. You can do that with the Disney princesses. Make them more Meghan Markle as a princess than Kate Middleton as a princess. Make them someone who's a person, who's got a personality and defined. And I think it would be a lot of where the Disney princesses are pretty dolls, and you have these superhero girls that are like kick-ass superheroes in high school and stuff. You can do that with the Disney princesses. Make them more Meghan Markle as a princess than Kate Middleton as a princess. Make them someone who's a person, who's got a personality and defined. And I think it would be a lot of
team and our ambassadors have. And it says whoever saves one life saves the world entire. Wow. And it has your initials over there. And it has a bullet. Yeah. Yeah, and
what is this in the middle of?
it says the heart of Invictus. And it's the same phrase in Ukrainian. Sure. Yeah. Whoever saves one life saves the world entire. And it's a bullet. That's what I have, and well,
perfect.
Yeah. Thank you. Yeah.
You know, bracelet buddies.
Yeah.
We have some massive news coming out of Ukraine in which Prince Harry made an unannounced visit to a hospital inside the Ukrainian city of Lviv to visit some war victims. This is part of his ongoing work with wounded veterans. This came from a spokesperson. He, by the way, if you don't know, actually spent 10 years serving with the British Army, and he's made his entire journey after that in helping injured soldiers. He obviously has the Invictus Games, in which Ukraine was a part of, and I'm assuming that this is one of those things in which he's going to Ukraine to continue his work. This would be the first time we've ever seen any major UK official go to Ukraine and to meet with soldiers like this. This is honestly really fantastic. Not too much from the statement it's himself, except for it was unannounced, and he just kind of went there. He met with wounded soldiers for quite some time. He visited the Superhumans Centre, it's called. It's an orthopedic clinic in Lviv that treats and helps out wounded military personnel and civilians. And it's big because, remember, Ukraine as a country is completely in a war zone. To see Prince Harry over there means a lot. So thank you to Prince Harry, and thank you to the UK. Let me know what you guys think about this in the comment section below. Please share my videos and follow me for more.
Welcome to Ukraine.
It's my first visit to Ukraine, and it certainly won't be the last. And it was an absolute honor and a privilege to be able to travel here with the Invictus delegation and to come here to the Superhumans Centre and see what an absolutely mind-blowing care and rehabilitation that is provided here under this purpose-built roof. It's astonishing.
Welcome to Ukraine.
It's my first visit to Ukraine, and it certainly won't be the last. And it was an absolute honor and a privilege to be able to travel here with the Invictus delegation and to come here to the Superhumans Centre and see what an absolutely mind-blowing care and rehabilitation that is provided here under this purpose-built roof. It's astonishing. And to see the surgeons right inside the eardrum, trying to help, well, as many people as possible. And I've seen a lot of different centres, but they're having a purpose-built centre where everything is under one roof and where individuals are going through surgery, and then in the same building they're being fitted with prosthetics, and then they are sent home, even though most of them don't want to go home, they want to stay here, and I understand why.
I've been to many rehabilitation centres, but there is no rehabilitation centre in the world that feels like this.
I want to remind Ukraine that the world stands with them, and Invictus will be a partner with Ukraine and with its Ukrainian Invictus team for as long as needed. And we love the partnership.
Слава Україні!
Did you have to pay to interview her this morning?
Yeah, I mean, Samantha Markle charges you to breathe. You know, if she wakes up in the morning, you have to give her a check. She is fleecing the global media. And I knew we'd paid her today, but I thought, actually, you know what I'm paying you for today? To get you in front of a camera and to... Well, she had the audacity to say that this whole business with Thomas Markle, Meghan's father, and her father, obviously, was down to media vultures. You know, we had made him stage the pictures. We had made him take a big check from paparazzi. We had made him basically sell out his own daughter's wedding. And I immediately went, I'm not having that. I'm sorry. No. And actually, especially not from you, Samantha Markle, who's just changed her name back to Markle so she can truly cash in on this. So I just found myself saying, actually, when it comes to vultures, you're the vulture. And she is. And I'm afraid Meghan's family is littered with people who have been appalling.
Now, we weren't sure if we were going to see him, but Prince Harry has made a surprise appearance. Now, he very rarely visits the UK, and he says that is because he fears for his safety. That's exactly why he's shown up today at the Royal Courts of Justice in London to take the next stage in a legal battle that has drawn out for nearly 3.5 years to seek more security and protection for himself and his family. This all started in 2020 when Prince Harry and his wife Meghan stepped down from their roles as full-time working royals. At that stage, his taxpayer-funded protection was downgraded from the highest level to a case-by-case basis. His lawyer in court today is arguing that that decision was unfair and that the risk to Prince Harry and his family remains grave. Now, most of his appeal, most of the session will be open and broadcast on live stream to the public. A portion of it will be closed. The judge will issue a decision at a later date in writing. Now, this is a deeply personal case for Prince Harry, who says his family, his children, cannot visit this country because of his concerns around their risk and safety.
You're not ready for the level of schadenfreude that I'm about to give to you. Yesterday, Elon Musk went live on Twitter to stream Path of Exile 2. For those of you who don't know, that's a video game. And this is what happened. A bunch of people started showing up and spamming his chat with things like, "You ruined the country just like you ruined all your marriages." He started ignoring people in the chat, but they just either created new accounts or different people started spamming different stuff. Things like, "How is it possible to look that ugly? Your Tesla company is falling apart." So he ignored that person. Then he tried to drown out his sorrows with Grimes music, who is his ex. This is the most divorced dad thing I've ever seen. Then people started impersonating Ashley St. Clair and said that they downloaded Path of Exile 2 just to contact him about child support money. This is the face he made when he read it. And then people really went in. I can't show you a bunch of these, but, you know, There's this one. So sad. It got so bad he rage quit the live stream. Not only because he was getting mocked by the people in his chat, but also because he repeatedly died. What level was he on, you might ask? It was the tutorial. As Quinn69TV was quick to point out, based on his current gameplay, there's no possible way he's getting out of Act 1. So not only did he get bullied off of his own live stream, there's no possible way he's the elite gamer he claims to be, which we already knew, but like...
Black people saved me. And it's not some tagline. I was born on the streets of South Korea. I begged for money every day, door to door. I got taken from my biological family, put in a home, adopted or sold to an American family that had really great intentions. Really great intentions. But they were ill-prepared, and the system was just messed up. And life didn't really become easier, it became tougher. But black people saved me. Their culture, their music, their resilience. And one day, I hope everyone sees the beauty.
Did you have to pay to interview her this morning?
Yeah, I mean, Samantha Markle charges you to breathe. You know, if she wakes up in the morning, you have to give her a check. She is fleecing the global media, and I knew we'd paid her today, but I thought, actually, you know what I'm paying you for today? To get you in front of a camera and to... Well, she had the audacity to say that this whole business with Thomas Markle, Meghan's father, and her father, obviously, was down to media vultures. You know, we had made him stage the pictures. We had made him take a big check from paparazzi. We had made him basically sell out his own daughter's wedding. And I immediately went, I'm not having that. I'm sorry. No. And actually, especially not from you, Samantha Markle, who's just changed her name back to Markle so she can truly cash in on this. So I just found myself saying, actually, when it comes to vultures, you're the vulture. And she is. And I'm afraid Meghan's family is littered with people who have been appalling.
What King Charles is worried about is that people, those who may have forgotten, or the current generation who do not know, will finally know that he was an absolute waste man of a husband to Princess Diana.
Waste man.
Waste man.
When I arrived at Carrot's house, there was a letter on my bed from Camilla, dated 2 days previous, saying such exciting news about the engagement. Do let's have lunch soon when Victoria goes to Australia and New Zealand. And love to see the ring. Lots of love, Camilla. And that was... wow. You may recall seeing a picture of me sobbing in a red coat when he went off on his aeroplane. That was nothing to do with him going. The most awful thing had happened before he went. I was in his study talking to him about his trip. The telephone rang, it was Camilla. Just before he was going for 5 weeks. So I thought, shall I be nice or shall I just sit here? So I thought I'd be nice, so I left them to it. And just broke my heart there. So I organised lunch. We had lunch, and very tricky indeed. She said, "You're not going to hunt, are you?" I said, "No." Oh, I just wanted to know that. But as far as she was concerned, that was her communication. I was still too immature to understand all the messages coming my way. And then someone in his office told me that my husband had had a bracelet made for her. I walked into this man's office one day and I said, "Oh, what's in that parcel?" "Oh, he said you shouldn't look at that." I said, "Well, I'm going to look at it." So I opened it and there was a bracelet. I was devastated. And he said, "Well, he's going to give it to her tonight." So rage, rage, rage. You know, why can't you be honest with me? But no, absolutely cut me dead. It's as if he'd made a decision. If it wasn't going to work, it wasn't going to work. He'd found the virgin, sacrificial lamb, and in a way he was obsessed with me, but it's hot and cold, hot and cold. He never knew what mood it was going to be. Up and down, up and down. I went upstairs, had lunch with my sisters who were there, and I said, "I can't marry him. I can't do this. This is absolutely unbelievable." And they were wonderful and said, "Well, bad luck, Dutch. Your face is on the tea towel, so you're too late to chicken out."
Two young and loving and happy faces are, in their own very individual way, putting a smile back into a broken-hearted, miserable Britain.
This is my message to all Americans, everybody that lives in the UK or any other former colonist country. Wherever these countries are heading, you do not want to be a part of. These countries were built on demonic, criminal, traumatic, and let me say that word again, demonic things. And the chickens are coming home to roost. It's not going to happen, it's already happening. These countries are going to burn, they're going to flood, they're going to implode on themselves, they're going to blow away. The chickens are coming home to roost. You don't want to be a part of this. Do your research, understand what's going on. If your local media is not bringing you the information of what really is going on in these countries, do your research. You do not want to be a part of where these countries are heading. Nothing that starts bad can end good. That's what's happening. The universe has its own justice system, and justice is coming for these countries. Your only job now is to find an action plan to get out. There are countries, for example, like Ghana, that are accepting Pan-Africans for full citizenship, no strings attached. Find an action plan to leave. You do not want to be there when what's going to go down starts to happen. It already started. Don't come in my comments and say, "I can't do this, this is impossible, I have commitments, I have house, work, job, children." If I can do it, I've moved 2 countries as a single parent with 2 children, 2 continents, sorry. I've moved 2 continents on my own with 2 children. If I can do it, anybody can do it. I said what I said, take heed. You do not want to be a part of these countries when the shit hits the fan. You don't. You feel it. When you wake up in the morning, you feel the energy of death. You feel your energy being sucked out of you in these countries. They were built on demonic, horrible things. And I know since I was a child, nothing that starts bad can ever end good. The chickens are coming home to roost. They're here. Find a way to get out. You don't want to be a part of this trauma that's coming down on these countries. Nothing is going good for these countries. Do some comparisons. What's going on with the countries that were never former colonists, how they are being built up and bringing their people up, and what's going on with former colonist countries, how they're being broken down and their people are being broken down. mentally, physically, energetically, it's over. I said what I said. Do your research. Find a way to leave these countries.
If you're seeing this post right now, stop what you're doing and type this in your search bar. They back at it again in other countries, sending us messages that they feel like is important for us to know. I know some of y'all don't care, but if you do care, type this in your search bar right now, up here or down there.
Dear Americans.
Hello, American.
To the American people.
I have a message for our American friends and all others who are listening.
Please pay attention.
America, following on from my last video, I just want to let you know, we see you. We don't want this.
What your administration is doing. Your country is never going to regain the soft power that Donald Trump is losing.
Wars, invasions, genocides. You need to pay attention and act immediately.
Run.
Hello, my people. Lady Rose here. How y'all doing? To all my new subscribers, you're welcome, and my returning subscribers, y'all know I love you. Oh boy. Oh boy. Oh boy. Prince Harry did it again. The Invictus boss went to Ukraine. Yes, the tabloids are pissed. They are so mad, saying that Prince Harry is upstaging their father. Because you know, in the royal tradition, if the monarch is somewhere touring, the other little ones need to stay at home. Didn't you all say Prince Harry was not part of that family anymore? Bad thing with y'all guys, tabloids. Y'all speak from both sides of your mouth. And I believe you speaking with that side of you behind also, because I tell you, I never seen people just contradicting themselves. Y'all didn't say that Prince Harry was not a part of that family no more. And y'all know he doesn't even live in that family, so he doesn't even know how those people roll. He lives in California. That's a California boy walking like a Hollywood boys, and he thinks Hollywood. He speaks Hollywood. He walks Hollywood. He talks Hollywood. He walks the walk of Hollywood. He ain't know your match. He ain't no one of y'all guys with low self-esteem, with complex of inferiority. And you know this guy's been suffering that low self-esteem since Diana. Yeah, remember why he started cheating on Diana? This sausage finger, this guy's fingers look terrible. How do you really... Damn, most of the times when I be dating those guys, I check you fingers, I check you toenails. If they're looking certain way, I question lots of stuff. And I guess what? I'm not gonna go on a date with you. Yeah, before I go on that date with you, I check to see how your fingers look. I check to see how your toes look. If I see any twistment, did you hear that English? The twistment of your toes or the twistment of your fingers, brother, you got issues with me. The twistment. Yeah, remember that word, because before you know it's gonna land in some kind of dictionary. And I believe those words, lots of squad members were asking the Duchess of Sussex to get her handwrite, her calligraphy in a font, in a dictionary. They're trying to do that. They're trying to get the Duchess of Sussex's calligraphy as a font in the thing. I don't know what is wrong with this person here. Did y'all see how he pulled it around here? And guess what? He was not even on the turning lane. The lane he's in, baby, he is in wrong lane and this brother is black person. Isn't that crazy? And then they sit down and complain sometimes. It's just so sad when you see your brothers doing stuff like this. Yeah, he's lucky I woke up good today. Because I would follow him and tell him what I really think about him. Who your mama? You so dumb, so stupid. I hate men behaving like that. One day you're gonna cut some wrong white person. I tell you ain't gonna be alive. I tell you that. Because them people don't play. You've seen what is called road rage out here. Watch out with your fugly face. So let's go back to that Charlie boy guy. Yeah, the twistment. Yes, repeat that after me. They're gonna get that in dictionary. The twistment on those kind of fingers that dude got all going on. You know, most of the times he be dating all those girls there. The girls that he used to flip-flop with, most of them used to be like in terrible marriages. But I don't believe Camilla was in terrible marriage because you know that Andrew Packerball looks like he's kind of like a good person. Yeah, he don't look like some kind of those filthy people. You know, Charlie boy is just because of those titles. That's why those women be going in those beds with him. Because I tell you in real life, that department of beauty, the department of handsomeness, that dude did not make it on time. He made it late when all those clay were done, and then God took all those stuff and put. He was also running short of those clay to make fingers. You know, those kind of like black dude we got. Them brothers got like a beautiful hands, you know, and those hands and those fingers, they look cute. And by this Charlie boy sausage stuff, those sausage stuff came late when God was making all those clay with making all those beautiful man fingers and all those. But dude, baby, he just took those little clay that were already drying up and took them and squeezed them up. I believe he did take pieces of gloves. He took those gloves, you know, not the all-purpose gloves, the one you use for gardening. Those, you know, those garden thing, them stuff tough. So he took those stuff and squeezed them on his Charlie fingers. That's why that dude got lots of all those issues. He has a complex of inferiority and a complex of ugliness. And I tell you this one here too. Charlie boy's people, he sent his mouthpiece, them tabloids, to come out here to tell Prince Harry, you know, when your father is on tour with his bitch, the mistress queen, the prostitute, if your father is on tour with that bitch, you need to stay away. You do not need to do your stuff, but you forgetting that Prince Harry has a plan. He doesn't go to those European countries like he used to before because of his security and his safety, and that is a war zone he's going to. He can't be following you guys' calendar or whatever stupid stuff, because guess what? He was invited by the Ukraine people. Do you remember that girl who invited him? Yeah, he was invited. He went there in the line of his charity, his Invictus Games. He didn't go there in a line of doing any engagement for this terrible monarchy. These people, these adulterous couple, they went to visit the Pope of Catholic Church. That's an insult to us. Why the hell did you guys go visit the leader of our church? That guy never married, never done anything wrong. That guy is actually highly more than everybody else. You know, the dude used to be a bouncer in Argentina. Yes, if you don't know what Pope Francis used to be, he used to be a bouncer in Argentina. Yeah, the brother, he knows what's up out here. He knows how to push people from the door of all those clubs at night. And you see how tall that dude you be. But right now he's a wheelchair because dude got lots of health issues, and that's why Charlie boy be going there with his terrible sausage fingers to go to greet that dude, saying that he was trying to go visit the leader of our church, and the leader of our church had never been divorced, and he never laid in a bed with nobody's with the courtier's wives. Yeah, with a British soldier's wife. He never done those kind of stuff. That is a holy father. That's our holy father. You need to stay away from our church. You better stay away. You the head of church of what? The head of church with that hurt that you have. I don't know that hurt you. Did you inherit it from your daddy or from your mama? One or the other. But it's just equally whatever. Because dude, that hurt that you have, what are you doing to Prince Harry out here? That even the devil of your mama, that the spirit of your parents laying down in Westminster. Is that where those people lay down? Is that where they be spending them nights nowadays? In the cold? Or they got heater there for them? I don't know. One of them places in the vault, that in the royal vault, that's where your parents are. Where them spirit. I don't even know if them spirit is as peace because of what are you doing to Harry's family out here. And before you know, dude, you ain't gonna make it too long. You know, you ain't gonna make it too long without hate in you. You know, hate eats people. It eats people physically. It eats people spiritually. It eats people's souls. And one thing that I know about you, you ain't got no soul. How you gonna sit down there competing with your child? A child who does really everything good on this planet, like a check, good stuff. And then meanwhile, you have the other one who always goes and sleeps in people's married people, men's beds, like that one in Hanbury. I don't care if Hanbury's husband is also twisted them up. I don't care, but you be going in that dude's bed. I know the guy is twisted, but you, it's just that like a father, like a son, and you guys are cursed. That's why none of you are descendants. None of George, Louis, Charlotte, none of them are going to be inheriting any throne. And I'm telling you, before you know, brother, we here. I'm actually giving you like a 2 or 3 years to hang around with that health of yours. If you do not go check into rehab, we're gonna start speaking another language from now to go. And you know one thing that's gonna happen, the people in Montecito, the royal family of Montecito, they are actually going to take that throne. Just watch. You know, God doesn't like ugly. And you know the one that Nostradamus said also about you. You better start watching out. And then, yo, look at the health of this guy. Look at how he looks. Oh, man. He needed to work on those beards to put some kind of something on his face because that dude looks like he's half unalived. Already he be unalived by the bottles of Ruski standard. Right behind us, so where you at? You know this thing here? Riba, come on here. Riba, come on here. Tell me about that Ruski standard that your guys got in that country there. Yeah, what is the name of the real Ruski standard of the UK? Come on, drop it down here. So I'm gonna go off of that one there. So I believe that's what this dude is addicted to. Hey, that's what this guy been using. That guy is deep in bottles. William is deep in bottles. Look at him. I mean, he's hanging out around France these days. Yep, he's in France. He's hanging around France. And Mambos is out there. Mambos is out there looking for a date because guess what? She's cursed and nobody gonna really drug her. Nobody's really actually gonna call that girl and tell you. She got all the curse on her, you know? Yeah, she got all the curse on her. That guy of the one that she made babies for, the guy who rented her to make those babies. But I heard that is not even the truth. The real truth of the matter is there is a Russian woman who was a surrogate who carried those babies. Everything is on here, you know. But I don't know if I'm really sure about all these allegations. Those are allegedly. That Mambo's never carried those babies because Mambo has issues with hyperemesis gravidas. Yes, I said. And so with that hyperemesis gravidas that she did, abort bunch of babies in that school. What was it? St. Andrews. So she never wanted to carry any of those babies. So George, Louis, and the other one, Charlotte, allegedly were produced by a Russian surrogate. And I'm telling you, I'm kind of believing that version, but it's allegedly. Don't call me. Yeah, don't try me. Yes, I also heard all those rumors from the tabloids. You know, when the tabloids feel like they do not like what these two are doing, they come out here and leaky. They're using their own weapon on themselves. And you know, those people don't like that. Yeah, when you use their tactic on themselves, they get mad at you. So, but yeah, so that kid is kids. Those kids. And for some reason, I don't even know. I don't even comprehend. How do you make babies and none of them even look like you? Or none of them even look like your parents or something like that. You know, I got questions. Yeah, I got questions because y'all know those young girls ain't nothing really promising about them bitches. I tell them bitches, those young girls are something else. They're something else. So, guys, the road is getting narrower and narrower and narrower, and these people say they ain't got no money. And about it, they are building stuff. They're building roads. So I can't even see what is what. So I need to focus on my road. So only thing y'all need to remember from this video is the Duke of Sussex is in Ukraine. He went to visit his Invictus people, and he was also invited by those Ukrainian people, remember? Yeah, the videos were published by me a few months ago. So, and he's doing Lord's work. God bless Duke, brother-in-law. And God bless you all. So, the Success Squad, I love you all. I'm going to talk to you again tomorrow. And so these people came like stopped right by me right here. Let me show you what's going on here. They came and stopped right by me with this huge vehicle. But that's why I told you I need to focus. And please subscribe to Isabella Back's channel. Go to hit the Isabella Back's channel. Share her videos on other platforms that you do go to, and also share the Royal Success video and all other success friendly channels as well. And also do not forget to share my videos, because we need to get those views there, because guess what, it's very hard to get views on my videos here. I don't know what I need to do for y'all guys to share my videos, but guess what, I'm not unthankful like a Charlie boy. Let me do what my mama taught me. Be grateful for little things. I did see y'all new people came out there, and I added some kind of numbers on my channel here. God bless you. I do welcome you all, my queens and my kings, and I'm gonna talk to you again tomorrow. Bye for now. I love you.